Hi everyone, I'm Kate, the survivor of the recent food poisoning. Sorry for too much information, but it was horrible. I'm so happy to be alive, filming videos. I have a new appreciation for this world, honestly. Yesterday, when I finally started feeling okay, I was walking, almost dancing in the street, and so happy. And today, I want to speak about a happy brand, a brand that is full of life and will of life. Parfums Dusita. I know I promised you to speak about it earlier. Here we are. In 2016, a self-taught perfumer, Pissara Umavijani, created the brand called Dusita. The word Dusita refers to heavenly paradise in Thai belief. I'm not sure about her mother, but I definitely know about her father, Montri, who was a poet. And poetry and visual images, pictures, both of these things lay in the heart and the essence of the brand. And it's very important to feel that, to remember that, when we talk about the brand, about the fragrances, because this is the whole idea. This is a poetry in a bottle, and I love that concept. I respect that. I think it's pretty cool. Also, I studied arts, so of course, the nerdy, artsy part of me is like, yes, poetry. Yes. So several fragrances from the brand received awards. For example, my favorite that I already mentioned several times here, Mélodie de L'Amour, won, I'm afraid to say it wrong, the Art and Olfaction Award for Fragrance of the Year in 2017. So proud. Closer to the end of the video, I will review the Tonka Latte, the recent launch from the brand. Very gourmand, so all the gourmand lovers. And let's maybe start with Melodie de L'Amour. I will actually use the sample because I have a sample set here. So I will go one by one. And I will spray, although actually I don't really need to spray this one because it's one of my favorite fragrances. So maybe not. So Melodie de L'Amour, in my mind, and here is where Pissara, the perfumer, and me have very different viewpoints, but there's nothing wrong about that. She dedicated this fragrance to love, also getting the inspiration of her father. I think he even had a phrase in his poetry, something like, love is like a flower in the middle of the room, filling it with its scent, something like that, which is a beautiful metaphor. So it's all white florals. To me, it's really sexy and passionate. Jasmine, tuberose especially, honey that has this animalic tone, and gardenia. It's also sexy white floral, very aggressive white floral to me, honestly. I love wearing it when I'm going on a date and I want to feel a little bit spicy. So that's my go-to. And the bottles, look at the small bottles. This is, I think, 15 ml. It's perfect size for perfume people like us. In Pissara's view, it's different. So I don't know why, maybe because it's different cultures. I'm used to think about white florals as something passionate, but for her it means something completely different. This is a dedication to purity of love and the gentle love and the love that you can have even for your family. Whatever the case here, this fragrance attracts attention. People always notice when I wear this. I always get compliments. I fell in love instantly, and it's still one of my top 3 favorite white floral fragrance. Next, Issara. It's a meditative, harmonious, and gentle fougere. I smell tobacco and hay, something like oak. Some people mention cherry tree, and I agree here. This fragrance smells like observing nature under a cherry tree. It's a little bit sweeter than regular fougere, so everybody, fougere lovers, stop for a second. Don't rush into anything. It's a little bit sweeter. This is a sweet hay, so I would try it a couple of times before committing. But it's really nice. It's really nice, soft, and easy to wear. Next, Douceur de Siam, or how I call it, roses, strawberries, and lollipops, because it smells like that. To me, it's a brunch with girls on a very sunny, hot day. It's pink lipstick scent. It's sateen dresses. It's a strawberry in a glass with rosé. A lot of fragrances from this brand, if not all actually, are very positive. There is this willful life in each fragrance. They all are positive. I cannot really say anything is really melancholic. This is not Serge Lutens. This is something completely different. And if you know Pissara, if you ever saw her, she's such a positive ray of sunshine. This fragrance is so natural to see in this brand. Now, Le Sillage Blanc. I smell it from here. It's so strong. This reminds me of absolute French classics like Robert Piguet and old Chanel fragrances because of this galbanum / green leather accord. It's pretty green, old school. If you like Bundy or anything coming from Bundy, anything born from Bundy, you would like that. So this reminds me of the moment, you know, when it's almost about to rain and you feel this electricity in the air, you start getting a little bit nervous. Maybe you don't have an umbrella and you start walking faster. So this gives me that emotion for some reason. So, and I don't really know how to explain it. It's more on an intuitive level. Very interesting work. I recommend to try. Fleur de Lalita. This smells like all the promises of youth when everything is just starting and you're excited. You just want to rush, you want to hurry the time. It smells like lilies, like spring, like sunlit green fields. There's a lot of sun in this fragrance. It's a lot of positivity, it's hope, it's love, it's the words on your lips that you whisper. Soft fragrance, very floral. I really like wearing it, actually. I wore it a little bit. I want more. I don't know if it's a bottle yet, but if you like lily fragrances, but not very strong, because I know that some people have problems with the scent of lily flowers, this is softer, it's toned down. Here's another award winner, Erawan, pretty famous fragrance from the brand. It smells like you're drinking buckwheat tea. Yes, at least in Russia we drink buckwheat tea a lot. On a farm, surrounded by hay. There's a lot of sun. It's all covered in sunlight. It's pretty light though. It's also very wearable fragrance. All fragrances are pretty wearable. There is only one that for most people is not really wearable and it's been discontinued, and I will explain why. Next one is Splendiris. Splendiris. So splendid in iris. Splendiris, I guess. Most iris fragrances are very melancholic. They're like this black and white movies with a lot of emotions, you know, beautiful women with the light falling on their eyes, something like that, like old school movies, you know, like Casablanca, something like this. Yes, I just watched Casablanca finally for the first time. And I thought this would be like that too, but no. This is iris and violets, not very green, so it's more the floral part. That is very soft, very gentle, pleasant, happy. So if you want a happy iris, if irises are usually too dry and too sad for you, try this. This is a happy iris, which doesn't happen a lot. Now, the most unusual to me fragrance from the line, at least from everything I tried from the brand. This is Le Pavillon D'Or, and I need a bottle. I just need a bottle. I will even spray. I didn't spray the previous fragrances because I remember them well. This one confused me, and I love when the fragrance confuses me. Pissara calls this fragrance her scent of happiness, which I understand. So it starts with a splash of mint in your face. Like somebody took like a bunch of mint and did this at you, which I love. And then it calms down. It becomes very woody, very green and brown. And then you start realizing it's a chypre. It's a chypre because the structure is that way, right? It's very contrasted. It starts not at all where it ends. It's a very different fragrance in the opening, you know, in the dry down. I can also smell fig here, fig leaf. And you guys know, maybe if you remember, I'm not a big fan of figs. I usually avoid fragrances with a fig notes. In most cases, not always. I do own and I do like some fragrances with fig. Awesome. La Rhapsodie Noire. A beautiful neo fougere with coffee that reminds me of Eau Noire by Dior, especially the old formulation. That one was just incredible. New one is good too, but the old one was... This is a bohemic atmosphere. This is a study of a writer during Art Deco times. I can smell tobacco and coffee, and his caring, loving wife who decided, okay, dude, you need to chill, came into that room, opened the window, and put some lavender on the desk. I like to wear this kind of fragrances in the morning. If you like Replica Maison Margiela, the coffee break, the same idea. This neo fougere with lavender and coffee. This falls under the same category. Eau Jaune or Eau Noire by Dior. They kind of dance together in the same room somewhere. It's very nice. And the last one, the most daring fragrance that unfortunately has been discontinued. I don't love when this happens, of course, but this happens. Of course, this happens. This is Oudh Infini. This is a nude fragrance, pretty barnyard-like. You know, this is a farm with horses. You take care of these horses. They're pretty clean. These are nice, clean horses. Nothing weird going on, you know. But still, like standing near a horse's butt at first. But then I can smell more floral aspects. I think, yeah, there's a rose, a little bit of spices as it opens up. Of course, it needs really hot temperature, hot summer maybe, to open up beautifully, because oud fragrances, yes, they usually need some warming up. I'm not a fan of ouds like that. I have only one barnyard oud, and it's more than enough for me. I probably don't need more. But if I were looking for one, if I didn't have my Pure Orient Tonka, I would probably just buy this. It's not too horrible. I know I describe it not in the best way for a lot of people, but if you're a fan of ouds, I would recommend to try it before it disappeared from everywhere. The last one. So the reason why I'm reviewing this last, because I smelled this first, and then I smelled oud when I was preparing for this video, like just writing my notes down. And this killed everything in my nose. It was so hard to smell the oud, this oud. And it's not like, oh, nice Kilian or something. No, this is barnyard oud. And Tonka Latte was just not letting me smell the dirty oud. Can you imagine? So, Tonka Latte. I'm not the hugest fan. It reminds me a lot of Bianco Latte by Giardini di Toscana. I think probably Bianco Latte was an inspiration. This one maybe is a little bit softer than the first one. It smells like warm milk with white chocolate in it and 5 spoons of vanilla sugar, dissolved, maybe not dissolved, and dried tonka beans crushed on top. Not my cup of milk, a little bit too sweet to my taste, but there's a but. Not the horse butt this time. This was Oudh Infini. I will wait till the cold times and see how it behaves, because maybe in a colder temperature it will open up nicer and less triggering for me. We'll see. I'm not sure. I will try maybe in November, and I will let you know, because I'm not sure. So far, I'm not a really big fan of this launch, but who knows? Maybe I will fall in love with it in winter. Okay, guys, what do you think? What did you try from the brand? What do you think about the brand? Is it something new for you? Is it not? Tell me everything, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.